The 47th Annual Academy Awards took place in April of 1975 and awarded Oscars for films released in 1974. Just like in every episode of this show, we're going to take a look at those films, and we've assembled a panel of critics and film lovers to do it. They're going to debate, discuss, and dissect the nominees and the Best Picture winner. Listen, does that winner still make sense? Should we get in the way back and make a necessary change? Join us as we dig in and re-examine the past for your reconsideration.
For your reconsideration.
I'm Matty Price, and along with Jamie Dew, we'll be your hosts. Our panelists in this upcoming episode are Norm Wilner. He's a film writer and programmer, film writer Phil Brown, podcaster David Follows, film writer Andrew Parker, and film executive Jose Roldan. This is just the first of many assembled panels that we have put together. They are diverse, they are interesting, and they are here to discuss each Oscar year in depth and decide if the winner or the nominees need a do-over. So, let's talk a little bit about the 47th Annual Academy Awards. They were held on April 8th, 1975. They were on NBC. Was the last time that they were on NBC. After that, ABC secured the rights and has had the rights to this day. They were held at the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion, as was the style at the time. And also, as was the style at the time, they were co-hosted by 4 different people. The idea of a single host for the Oscars was not in fashion in the 70s. So Bob Hope, who was a very regular host, but also he was joined by Shirley MacLaine, Sammy Davis Jr., and Frank Sinatra. So a bit of like a Rat Pack takeover of the Academy Awards that year. Godfather 2 won Best Picture, of course. It actually won twice as many Oscars as The Godfather. Some other fun facts about Godfather 2 and the Oscars. It had 3 supporting actor nominations. Last movie to get 3 nominations in the same category, at least as of today when I'm speaking. This was the other sort of weird things. This was the only Oscars, I think, in history where an entire category only had 1 studio in it. Paramount got all 5 Best Costume nominations, and amazingly, both The Godfather Part 2, which had all that crazy period stuff in it, and Chinatown, which had beautiful period stuff in it too, both lost to another period film, The Great Gatsby. And, I don't know. Maybe we should do a whole other show just on costuming. In this case, next week, we're going to stick to just Best Picture. But keep it in mind, we might branch out. Honorary awards that year went to 2 filmmakers, equally deserving, very different. One was Jean Renoir. Interestingly enough, I think the Sight and Sound poll had started by 1974, and his movie, The Rules of the Game, was in fact considered the best film of the first half of the 20th century, and maybe the best film of all time at the time that this Academy Awards ceremony took place. And also Howard Hawks. Renoir's Oscar was presented to him by Ingrid Bergman. And Hawks's was, of course, presented to him by John Wayne. Hawks known very well for his westerns Red River and Rio Bravo, but also for some of the best screwball comedies. Worked in every genre. Great filmmaker. Just around the corner from 1974, John Carpenter would try to do what Hawks did for the rest of the 20th century and just be a filmmaker in every genre. The hosts, Sammy Davis, Frank Sinatra, Shirley MacLaine, Bob Hope, together sang That's Entertainment. Some other notable presenters, Ryan and Tatum O'Neal explained the rules of the Oscars, how the voting rules worked. I bet that was delightful and cute. Tatum O'Neal would have been very little. Noted murderer O.J. Simpson presented the award for Best Art Direction. Okay. And some other interesting stuff. So Aretha Franklin performed at that Oscars, and Frankie Lane sang the theme song to Blazing Saddles, which he did in the movie as well. And then they all together, which is like a weird combination, but Frankie Lane and Aretha Franklin and a couple of other people together performed the theme from Benji. What can I say, folks? It was live television in the 70s. Warren Beatty gave out Best Picture, and he didn't screw it up. He actually gave it to the right movie, so that was exciting. This is 1974. There was no In Memoriam, but there were some notable deaths that year that if there had been an In Memoriam, I think we would have heard about it. Some very accomplished actors, Susan Hayward, Agnes Moorehead, who went all the way back to Citizen Kane, and Walter Brennan. So, ironically or not, Hawks and Brennan were inseparable. Hawks got that award, and Walter Brennan had just died. So, I'm sure it was on their minds. Great comedians: Bud Abbott from Abbott and Costello, Larry Fine from the Three Stooges, and also Jack Benny, all passed away in that previous year. Duke Ellington, and filmmakers Vittorio De Sica and George Stevens. So, listen, come back, download the episode. We're going to talk all about that Oscar ceremony. As always, you can find this podcast anywhere you get podcasts. You found this one. I know, I have faith in you. You can do it again. You can subscribe at thedouvre.com. And we look forward to welcoming you back every episode with really interesting discussions. And I'm really excited about what this whole season holds. And I'm really looking forward to getting into it with people. So thank you again. We'll talk to you soon when the proper episode 1 launches, and we'll see you then.
For Your Reconsideration is a production of Douvre Podcasts and Such. To subscribe, share, rate, and review, please visit douvre.com.
Douvre Podcasts and Such.